Hello and good morning. It's 5:48 in the morning. Damn, it's just early. But I'm gonna do the return of senders. I talk about return of senders. It's just returning returning energy back to wherever it came from. I didn't come on here yesterday. I didn't come on this channel. I still did the tarot, because I actually like doing tarot. And then I'm like, it was, how do you say? Like you can feel stuff is on you. Or then I'm talking about the ex-husband. I'm like, this was the most miserable time of my whole entire life, of my whole existence. I am 46. Being married was the fucking worst. It was the worst. Everything was always bad. I don't have good memories of being married. That's why I don't talk about it. And then when I talk about it, it's because he's in the energy. He's in the energy. He is a warlock, a spiritual person, a devil worshiper, whatever the fuck he does, whatever. You respect people for what they do. They do what they do, but you don't judge them. It's like, you do what you do, but I don't fuck with that. Like, you do what you do, but do that shit over there, And that's how it was. But it's like I already knew that this is what they do, because they would ask me for advice, or what does this mean and what does that mean. Like, he didn't even know the spell work. He didn't know when someone was doing spell work on him, or when someone is like, this is what I know, because this is what I grew up with. This is how, whatever, this is just what it is. It's like, you don't know this shit, but you want to be around it. I was like, you're going to get yourself hurt. These people going to control. And he's an idiot. So it's like, it's control. They can control you faster. They can control you easier when you're a fucking idiot. You don't have your own common sense. You don't have your own mind. You're out there and you're trying to impress everybody else. Yeah, that's how they're going to control you. But yo, stupid people, it's like, God bless y'all. Because it's like, I say this, you can't help stupid. Like, I can't help stupid. It's like, you stupid and you fucking stupid. And then stuff is gonna happen to them. It's because they're stupid. That's why shit happens to them. It's because they're dumb. It's like, if they were to, I don't know, read a book or educate themselves, bad things would happen. But bad things happen to stupid people because they're stupid. I don't know how else to say, how you say that nicely without hurting a person's feelings. Like, you're fucking dumb. Like, you don't realize, like, what the hell is going on. Like, they don't see it. They don't see this shit. And then they go through it. Whatever. Yesterday I was talking about the eggs. I was talking about all I was talking about I never talked about it. I never talked about it because it was embarrassing to myself. I was like, yo, I can't believe this. I can't believe the shit that I'm going through with a person that's supposed to love me, but they put me through the fucking worst. I was like, oh my God, I never had more kids because of the stuff that I was going through. I was like, yo, what if this bastard does the same shit? It was like I was scared, or I didn't trust them. I'm like, and then it's like, always the one you're closest to is the one to hurt you in the worst way, because they know all your business, they know all your secrets, and it's like they could just use it against you. But they're supposed to love you. They're supposed to care about you. They're not supposed to do that. Yeah, when you're messing with they're not righteous. They're not of God. They're not a godly person. They do things evil and wicked, and they laugh. They laugh about the evil shit they do. They laugh about it, and it's like, damn, like you laughing like it's a joke, and it's not a joke. This is someone's life. So I see them do it with other people, but you think, oh, because you know a person, they're not gonna do that to you. But no, they do it. They do it to you, and then because they know that I don't do evil work, they continuously do it, and then continuously put me through hardships and all this stuff. And being single was a big deal. Being single was purposely done by the ex. And I'm like, oh my God. And then my person, I had a person, and my person, they passed away. My person started with drugs. It started with like couldn't have his mind. His mind wasn't right. It was like a scatterbrain. Like he didn't know what he wanted to do. And I'm like, you need cleansing. You need things. You need protection. And then he didn't want me to help him. He didn't want me to cleanse him. He didn't want me to do things for him. And I would take him to get help. But it's like he wouldn't do what's advised, or he wouldn't let me cleanse him. I'm like, let me cleanse you. I was like, you need to cleanse because it's like, so you can get your mind right, so you can clear your mind. He wouldn't do it. So he was scatterbrained. I knew it was Spellwork. And then the drugs started. He started using drugs. And he never smoked weed. And then he started boiling the weed and making it into a tea. And he started drinking the cannabis, the weed. He was drinking. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Oh, and he get high off of that. And then he would drink. He would drink up all my liquor. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, how is all the liquor gone? And he would drink it all by himself. I'm like, what happened to a liter bottle? You done drank it all by yourself in a day, in a couple of hours? Like, how? But it's the spell work to make him abuse drugs. It's spell work to make you be a whore and be with all these different people. It didn't work out. He got 4 kids, 4 different baby mothers. I didn't have no kids with him. It was like, damn, like, he had kids with everybody else but me. So it's like, it just never worked out. It was always something. He got arrested. He got into a car accident, became paralyzed because he was supposed to die in the accident. And he became paralyzed from the waist down, and then he died. Like, eventually he died, And he was 40, 39, 40 when that happened. So I'm like, damn, but I knew it was Spellwork, because he was here and I was supposed to help him, and then I never got to help him. He never got his shit together. He never got nothing. And I'm just like, and then it's Spellwork, but you can't prove Spellwork, right? I can't prove it's Spellwork that caused the car accident, but Spellwork, you can make accidents happen. You can make a series of unfortunate events. You can make people lose their mind. You can make people do shit. When they don't sit there and they don't protect themselves, the magic will work on them. And he would never let me help him, cleanse him, protect him. So it's like, I've been around it. It's like, I'm not gonna be fucked up. Like, I'll see other people be fucked up. I'm like, I'm not gonna be fucked up. I always cleanse. I always make the baths. This breaks hexes, breaks curses, breaks everything. The new ingredient that I added, what is the black walnut, because I never had it like so dark like that. But then I had found black walnut. I was like, what the hell is black walnut? And I looked it up, and it's for cord cutting. It's for breaking those cords of attachment. People try to hold on to you, and it's like, you don't want them attaching to you. It's like they attach to you and they want to take all your luck. They want to take all your blessings. They want you to have whatever. I just want these people out my energy. Just get out my energy. But they still in my fucking energy. The ex, it could be because I have the kids, but the kids are over 20. So it's like, what the fuck? There's nothing there's nothing for us to talk about. We are not friends. We will never be fucking friends. But it's funny because he's talking to the daughter now. It's like, but you was never a father to her. But you know how women, when you're women, you get soft, or like you always want your dad there. My son is like, the son favors the mom, and the daughters favor the dad. They always want their dad around. He's never there. And now he wants to show up like he fucking cares. I'm like, he don't care. Like, he wants to do something. He's doing something. So, and then she's asking, and she's triggering me, and then she's like, oh, he got all these pictures, he got all that. I'm like, what? And then it triggered me to remember, like, he stole all the pictures, because I don't have pictures in the house, and the pictures is how I remember. So I don't remember us. There's no us. Like, what the fuck you mean? Like, you got pit? Like, what? Like, you was there? Like, no, you wasn't there. I don't have no recollection of none of this. Oh, he got pit. He got a lot of pictures. I was like, yo, he stole all my pictures, but he stole the pictures to pretend or to show like, oh, he was there. I was like, he was never there. It triggered me to remember like what had happened. Like, he stole all my shit, and I had a entertainment system. It was like a Sony, like a surround sound system. He wanted to take that. He wanted the furniture. He stole all the towels, all the towels. So when you go in the shower and you want to dry your ass, there's no towel. Yeah, he stole all the all the towels, all the hand towels, all the fucking towels. There was no towels, so I had to go shopping. When he left, I had to shop. You know, the curtains. Took the curtains. He took the bed sheets because I had one specially made, bed sheet specially made, like, you know, he stole that. I was like, he didn't even buy it. Like, I bought it, but he stole all my shit, and I'm like, that's what it triggered me to remember. I was like, I never even talked about this because I'm like, yo, and this is your husband? Your husband did all this to you? That's just a little bit. That's a little, and then he stole the pictures. He knew the pictures was how I would remember. But it's like, why would you take the picture so I don't remember? I don't remember nothing of when I was married. It's like it's something that had happened and it doesn't exist in my life. You know, you gotta keep moving forward, live life, take care of these kids. And he was just never a part of my life. So for it to pop up now, and act like he was always there because he got pictures. I'm like, this motherfucker, he got pictures? And then it reminded me that he wanted to come back later, 20 years later, and show and act like he was always there. Like, it was always me. I was the problem. I was like, this piece of shit. I was like, you know what? I raised you. I raised you. And I was like, and you know everything that we went through. Everything we went through. I was like, you know what had happened. When I wanted him there for you, he wasn't there. I was like, I can't make somebody care. I can't make somebody be a father. You can't make a man be a man. You know, if you want to be a father, you have to want to be a father. You can't make a man be a father. You can't have a baby and be like, oh, he's gonna be a father to his kid. Nah. If that man don't want the baby, if he don't give a fuck, he's not gonna care. So that's just what it is. And there's been 20 years of hell. Fucking hell. And it's like, whenever I try to move forward in my life, it's like he always finds a way to mess things up. And when I was happy with my person, it's like he had his mind, all mine was gone. His mind was gone. But it's spell work. But I can't prove it. I know it's spell work. I know it's him. I can't prove it. And he used to work in Sammy's. And then the ex went into Sammy's. And he has powders. Powders. I have powders. So then he put powder, he threw powder like on the entranceway. Like before he got in, he threw the powder. But I know what that means. The powders is when you're enchanting something. So you can either curse a place or you can bless a place. The powders is like this. This one is Oshun. This Oshun powder. So it's to bless me and my place. Like, I put it on the candle sometimes, but you put it in your hand. You can blow it. You blow it like that, right? Or like he had it. He had it in his hand. So he cursed the entranceway. So The entranceway to Sammy's is a fashion store. Sammy's was like a popular store. Everybody went to Sammy's. Everybody got money. You got money, you're gonna go to Sammy's. Sammy's is it's just a fashion store. That's where you bought your clothes. A lot of artists went to Sammy's, and Sammy's has been around for years. He had the powder in his hand, and then he just like I don't know what he did. He dropped it. He blew it. But my person, Emmanuel, like he saw him do that, and he's like, but he knows what it means, because it's like, you know what this shit means, but then you don't want to protect yourself. He's doing stuff, but you don't want to protect yourself. I'm like, I can't help you if you don't want to protect yourself. This shit is real. Sammy's closed down. Sammy closed down, and that's it. And now it's an urgent care. Sammy's has been around, I think, since I've been in the Bronx. It's just always been there. And then it closed down. And I'm like, but I can't say it's because he did something. He could have enchanted something. He could have did a spell to have that place shut down because Emmanuel worked there. Whatever. Shit happens. And then it's like, how can you talk about spell work and then how can you prove the spell? I just gotta watch shit happen to people. I gotta watch people die. I gotta watch people get sick. I gotta watch people go through their shit. And it's just like, oh my God. So yesterday, what I did, I took a shower. Well, I take a shower every day. But like I put the splash in a cup, right? Microwaved it in a cup, and I put it in my hair. And I just put it all over. And then it's like, that's how I used to make it. I used to make it like in a gallon, right? And then when it's in the gallon, I would separate it in 3 parts and I would pour it all over myself. When I put it on myself, it's wipe away like that. Like you just wipe everything away. And when it's in your hair, it's saturated in my hair. So it's like to dry in my hair. So it's so that you can't get to my crown. You can't get to my third eye. Like you can't fuck with my mental. Because black magic is mental. It's mental manipulation. It's black magic for you to go through all kind of things. And I'm just like, I will not be defeated by this shit because I know what they're doing. But the thing is like, I would question him. I would question this person, and he will always deny it. Always say like, oh, that I'm tripping, that I'm this. That I'm like, I know I'm not fucking tripping, and I know I'm not lying. I know you doing work. I know you did something, but they would never admit to the work that they're doing. They will always say, oh, you tripping, or oh, you acting up, or you acting crazy. Oh, I gotta show you fucking crazy. But, I had to learn to stop acting up. Stop acting up. Stop overreacting. Stop talking. Yeah, I don't say nothing no more. Now I just let people do what they do. Like, oh, this is what you want. Okay, let it happen. And I always would protect myself. And I'm like, he's doing work. He's doing work, but I can't prove it. I can't prove it. All I can do is protect myself. So it's in my hair. It's over my body. It's on my skin. And it's like, I'm okay. I didn't come online. I didn't do the return of senders online, but it's like I'm online. Anyway, I talk so much shit. But then it's like, I speak the truth. The truth is what hurts the liars. When you're in my energy, I can see you. I can fucking see you. And I say this all of the time. I say it. But they don't believe you. So then they gotta fuck around and they wanna play in your energy, and then I see them and then I talk about it. I don't never talk about being married. It was the worst time of my entire life. Nothing was ever good. I am a spiritual person. I don't like people around me like that. So he will always have people in the house. I always have to entertain people. I always had to cook for people and talk to people. I don't want to be around stuff like this. These people, because I know their energy. And then I'm telling him that what was going on in the energy, and then they don't believe me. And I'm like, yo, I fucking hated it. People would be all in the living room, and I would go in another room and just stay there. I wouldn't even come out. I'm just like, oh my God, I just hate it. I hated it. I hated it. And that's how I would remember it. It was like people was always in the house, and it was like the energy was crazy. It was chaotic. The energy was chaotic energy, and this is what they wanted me around. And then I'm like, I can't. I would just go in the room, and I would be hiding in another, in another fucking room, because I was like, yo, I don't know what these people is on right now. And I was like, they got some crazy, like something's gonna happen. And then they would just leave. They would leave. They would go out. And I'm like, okay, at least they went out. I'm like, I would feel safe when he wasn't there. When he was there, it was like I always felt like something was gonna happen because he's there. And I'm just like, why do I feel like this? And then it's like it just put me to the point where, you gotta love yourself. You gotta leave. You gotta leave. And it's the street. We're the street. Not the street, but it's like. And then I would talk to the bros. Talk to the bros. Like, yo, I hate this shit. I don't like this shit. And then, oh, but you still here? You still here? Like, what you gonna do? You don't like it, but you stay. If you don't like it, you gotta leave. The bros told me that. It's like, you gotta leave. I was like, I gotta leave. You keep coming back. So fucking leave. If you're not happy, leave. And then, he told me that. I was like, I'm gonna fucking leave. I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave. I was like, and I left. No, he left. And I was like, don't come back. Don't come back. And then he's like, oh, I'm gonna be there for the kids. He was never there for the kids. He forgot he had kids. He created another family, another person. He had kids, and I'm still married to him because the divorce took 4 years. So while he's with me, he's with another person. And he's a whore. He for everybody. He has like 3 other people. The cars. I had the car, Nissan Altima. Why would I fuck up my car and I'm still paying for my car? So another girl that he fucking with threw paint on the car because she's thinking that she's gonna be with him, and he didn't want to be with her. He got stuck with the young girl because he got her pregnant. So he took my wedding rings, and he must have gave it to her. And she knew that he had the car. So he's pretending like the car is his. She threw paint on the car. The car got repossessed because he stopped paying for the car. It's my car. I had to pay for the car. The rings. He took the rings from the girl. He took them from, like, how you give somebody something and then you take it back because you took it from her, because you stole them from me to give to her and pretend that you're going to be with her, and then you got another one pregnant. So it's like, this was just a street dude. It was just like, it was just hot mess for years. And then I was in foster care. I grew up in foster care. So, and then I was always by myself. I always took care of myself. And then when you're with a person, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be with this person forever. Like, everything's gonna work out, everything's gonna be good. And I got with this person. It was the worst mistake of my whole life. It was like, oh my God. And then I had the kids, and then life was hard. And I'm just like, and then I'm by myself. I'm like, oh my God. I just stood by myself I stood by myself because it's like I couldn't be in a relationship, because and then he's going to taking me to court. I have to go to the police station. I have to do too much, and then it's like embarrassing. I was like, you know what? The kids are gonna get older. They're gonna grow up. They're gonna know. They're gonna see this shit. They're older. They don't want nothing to do with him. They're older now, and then he's telling lies. So he's telling lies, like he's trying to find his way back here. I'm like, oh hell no. This man has done nothing but made my life a living nightmare. And then I'm like, I don't never talk about it. It was bad. There's nothing good to talk. I don't remember anything good. Nothing good ever happened. So it's like when you have a good memory, it's like you talk about it because it's a good memory. It's like, we had a good time, but I don't have that. I don't have good memories. I don't remember anything because it was all bad. When things are bad, you don't want to remember this shit. I'm like, yo. And then yesterday, I'm remembering all this shit. I'm like, what the fuck? He's in my energy. I'm like, oh, let me cleanse, let me cleanse myself. Let me protect myself. Let me do my return of senders. Return of senders, it just returns energy. That's all it does. Once you are aware of the spell work, it does not work on you. So whatever he's doing, he could do death spells, he could do destiny, so he could do whatever he's doing, and then he's trying to manipulate my daughter to listen to him and to believe him, and I'm like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, what happened. You know how it was. I was like, don't let him come and tell you how to feel, because you know how you felt. You know how you felt. And fill it out. Whatever I went through, I wanted help. He never helped. He wasn't even invited to their graduation when they graduated high school because they were sick of his shit. They didn't even want him there. They didn't want to invite him, so he wasn't even invited to their high school graduation. Elementary, middle school, it was always hot mess. He was always bringing drama, always bringing drama, always bringing this ugly ass girl. That's the baby mother, but she ugly as hell. I'm like, ooh, how you with this person? But I'm like, you know what? That's not my problem. That's not my problem. I care. I care about how you look. I care about your body. Like, take care of your body, your health, your body. You only have one body. You only have one body. Like, what you gonna do? You get sick. You have diabetes. You have cancer. You have this. You have that. You get fat. And you're not gonna care. You're not gonna care. I'm gonna care. I'm gonna care. So it was like I would see this person and I'm just like, her hair is thin, like she looks like she's balding, like a woman, and she's balding. I'm like, how the fuck is she balding? And then you're younger than me. You're 11 years younger than me. You got a big hairy mole on your face. I'm like, she just looked like a witch. Like, I could be a witch. I'm a witch. But it's like, I don't do stuff to people. She does stuff to people. She does stuff to people, and it shows by how you look, your appearance. That's why I pay attention to how a person looks. Like, when you're doing fucked up things to people, it shows in your appearance and what you look like, what you smell like. Like, like, it just makes you stink. And it makes you age. It makes your skin ashy and dry. And you think it's your skin, like, oh, you just have this magic. Everything is magic. But we try to be logical with it. That's why I'm like, go to the doctor. Go to the doctor. Let the doctor tell you what the hell is going on. Because I'm not a doctor. But I know when thing is spell work. But I will still go to the doctor and I'll let the doctor clarify. Most of the time, the doctor will say it's nothing. It's a virus. There's no cure for a virus. You just have to wait for it to go away. And I'm like, but I feel all kind of ways, doctor. Like, you're not gonna give me no medicine? No, you don't need medicine. Like, it's gonna go away. Whatever, it is nothing. It'll pass and you'll feel better. I was like, okay. You can't prove spell work. It's like, I just gotta watch this shit. Like, watch this stuff happen. Whatever this person is doing, they could be doing death spells, they could be doing chaos mat, they could be doing everything. It's like, all I can do is stay calm. Stay calm. And act like I don't know what the fuck is going on. But I know what's going on. But then it's like, how can you prove it? How can I prove that this person is doing anything? I can't prove it. I'm looking out the window because the window, like, the sun is not even up. The sun is not even rising yet. What time is it? It's five something. 6:18 in the morning right now. So I'm just like, and it's Spellwork, and I talk about cleansing with the sulfur soap. Sulfur soap is excellent for cleansing because I don't know what they are doing. I just know that they're doing something, and I need to protect myself. The sulfur soap is excellent for removing negative energy, banishing evil work. Sulfur soap is good for that. The splash, I make the splash, is excellent for breaking hexes, breaking curses. That's why I put it in my hair, and my hair is still wet. Like, it's drying in my hair. It has to air dry. Once this dries on your skin, that's how it works. It's for cord cutting, getting these people out your energy. I can't prove it though. I just gotta sit here and go through it. I know when I start talking about things and people, I don't care about people. But then I'm talking about people, and why the fuck am I talking about these people? It's because they in my energy. That's why I'm talking about them. Like, I don't care for people like that. I don't like nobody. I don't like nobody. So and then it's like talk for me to talk about people, it's because you in my energy. That's why I'm talking about you. When it comes to the courthouse, I talk about the courthouse and the stuff that's going on in the courthouse. It's stuff that's not even within my job description. It's not any part of the work that I do. But then I'm knowing that they're hiding the document. Well, my court case, they're hiding that. But it's the inheritances and it's the other lawsuits. Other lawsuits, it could be for minors that turned adults. And then where's the lawsuit that was awarded to the minor? It's missing. The cases are not supposed to be missing, deleted, or anything if it's less than 30 years or 20 years ago. It's supposed to be on file. We have files there from 100 years ago. Where is the file? There is deleted. Who deleted it? Oh, you got to go into the mainframe and find out who entered it and who deleted it. That's the only way you're going to find out who is doing work. So nobody wants to look into it, like the FBI. Like, nobody wants to look into who's entering and who's deleting the work. That's how you're going to find out who is the criminal. That's how you find it. You know, it's a lot of notary, a lot of licenses, a lot of businesses were filed. Businesses, sole proprietor, partnerships were filed in the Bronx County Clerk's office. But then they weren't filed. The money was taken and the business was deleted. Like, it doesn't even exist. But they took the money that they filed for the business, and that's how $86,000 was stolen out the Bronx County Clerk's office. Nobody went to jail. So I'm like, wow, like, it's corruption in the courthouse, but then nobody fucking cares. Nobody cares to look at what the fuck is going on. Around this time of year, the budget is due because taxes, the last day for you to do your taxes is April 15th. So now you're rushing and you're scrambling to get the numbers in order. So now this whore is scrambling and, trying to get the money together, trying to figure out how she gonna manipulate the numbers and show like everything is fine, but she's stealing the money. But nobody can prove it because nobody want to check. Nobody wants to do their fucking job. And I'm just like, yo, yo, this is, you know what? This is America. This is America. This is corruption. This is organized crime. This is RICO. Everyone's a part of it. You can't prove it. You can't talk to anyone about it. I can't talk to anyone about it because I don't know who's a part of it. Who's going to go back and say something? And then who's going to go back and say something and do something about it? Like, they don't do nothing about it. And I went to many people, many different sources, and nobody ever does anything. And I'm like, I don't know what to do. I'm a spiritual person, spiritual being, spiritual, I don't keep energy around me because I want my energy clear so I can read what is in the energy when somebody's doing something. I know immediately. I fucking know. So it's like when somebody's in my energy, I know when somebody's in my energy. When something's wrong, when something's not working out, it's not working out. And it's like, and I stay away because the vibes are off, or I just don't want something bad to happen. So I'll stay away. It's like, this has been years of spell work, years of black magic, years of this shit. You're gonna learn. I'm gonna learn this shit. I'm gonna learn. I'm not gonna act up. I'm not gonna act crazy. I'm not gonna even gonna say nothing because it's like the magic. They do magic and they want you to act up. That's what they want. It's like you can't act up. You gotta act like you don't know. That's why nobody talks about this shit. Because then once you start talking about it, then it'll be like, oh, you crazy. Oh, you don't know what you're talking about. But they are doing what you think they're doing it. But you can't prove it. So it's like, how can you dispute it? You just gotta let shit happen. Let people drop dead. Let them get sick. Let the people that they love the most passed away. Let them start missing teeth because that's what happens. They start looking crazy. They start looking crazy. I'm like, what the fuck? You was just looking one way and you looking a whole nother way the next day. Like, how? How the fuck did that happen? It's because they're doing spell work. I'm like, wow, like spell work can affect you that way. And it's like, I'm not just talking to talk. It's like I seen this shit happen to people. They looking crazy, crazy. It's like, oh my god. I was like, I'm not gonna be like these people. I'm not gonna be like these people. I'm gonna thank God. I'm gonna praise God. I'm gonna love God. It just makes me love God even more. I'm like, you know what? I'm alive. Like nothing happened to me. I'm okay. I'm alright. Like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I burned my ancestor money, and I'm like, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, ancestors. Like you with me, you rocking with me, and you know what's going on. The ancestors are with me. And it's like, you can't see my ancestors, but my ancestors are always around me. They're always here. And then they sleep, they're always around. Santa Muerte is a spirit. She's always with me too. She is holy death. And I love her. I love her. She puts endings to everything. It's like, what the fuck? Like, they doing this shit again. They doing this again. I was like, just do what you gotta do. It's all right. Like, I don't feel bad for anyone that's going through things, because when they're going through things, it's because they're doing negative things. That's why they're going through things, because they're doing stuff, but then you can't prove it. I can't prove this shit. I just gotta look at this shit like wow. Like, okay, oh, I'm sorry that happened, or it's gonna get better. It's gonna get better, but it depends on what you did. What did you do? What did you do for them to be going through all this shit? I'm just like, oh my, I don't never want to be like these people. Never. Because they are cursed. These people are cursed. And I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do it. I don't want to be nothing like these people. I cleanse and I do my return to senders, and you have to think rationally, logically on why are they doing this. It's because of money. But why? They need something. They want something, and it's for money. you know a lot of people died in the courthouse, but it's like, how? They just died randomly. But it's like, these people, they have your social, they have your place of the date of birth, they know all of your personal and confidential information. For me, I think they put insurance policies on these people, and it's the people in management that have access to their personal and confidential information. All the people that passed away were close to Teresa Torres. She knew all of their information. If anyone was battling her spiritually and she's doing devil work, the devil's work, they died. They died. The people that have been battling her spiritually But you can't prove this. I can't prove this. You know, I just gotta look at them die one by one by one. They die. That's what happens. They fucking die. People in the courthouse are dead, but they're her friends. All of them are her friends. She has insurance policies on their death, you know, but I can't prove that. Of course she made them sign things. Of course she made them agree to something. Of course they were in her office before they died and they signed things to put it, you know, so she could get money when they died. And then the death spell was done, and then they died. A few days after, they were in her office and they signed that document. I'm like, this, and nobody sees this shit. Nobody understands this magic. Nobody understands it. They just look at these people. They just passing away. Oh, this one passed away. This one passed away. Oh my God, I feel so bad. But you're not understanding what happened, what was done. Nobody sees this shit because nobody puts their head into it. Nobody understands. They want to act like they don't see. Just like with the court case, they act like they don't see this shit, but it's happening. I can't prove it. You know, I need people to do their job. Look at this shit. Look at this shit. Who is getting the money? Who put insurance policies out on all these people that passed away? They already passed away. Were their insurance policies put on their death? Who is the money going to? Like, check it out. Check it out. I can't prove this shit. I'm just talking. I'm just telling you what the fuck is going on, and nobody wants to do their job. You know, I just gotta look at this shit. Like, look at this shit. And it's all spiritual. But you can't prove it. You just gotta look at this shit. It's fine. Cleanse yourself, protect yourself, and do your return of senders. I'm gonna come back and I'm gonna do the return of senders, but I'm like, oh my God. Lead with love. Lead with love. And it's spiritual. Everything is spiritual. But you can't prove it. Lead with love. Bye.